Peter and the Starcatchers is a pretty good book. I read it probably like 10 years ago, and so I'm going to be doing this summary all from memory in case you haven't read it and you want to know what it's about. So basically, here's Peter and the Starcatchers explained for dudes by a dude in like 5 minutes probably. Okay, so it starts in the 1800s. We got a guy named Peter Pan and a bunch of other little guys that are probably not very plot relevant. Okay, so it's the 1800s, and they're like, oh, what's that? A ship. Let's go get on the ship. All right, so they go on the ship. It's Peter Pan. He's hanging out. He's like, oh, there's like a locked treasure box, basically, that everyone's guarding and stuff like that. Big, important. And he's like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's guarded by like this chick named, I think, Molly or Wendy, whatever, named by Molly, right? And then Molly's dad. And they're just kind of checking out, making sure that this chest is okay. Okay. But then suddenly pirates attack, right? There's some pirates in the distance. They want whatever's in the lockbox. There's also like a storm that happens, and I think Peter falls overboard. All right, classic. Eventually, they make it to this island, right? This little island. They're being hunted by pirates, and they're like falling overboard and everything like that. So when next we kind of find Peter and Molly hanging out, they're in like a cave. They were trapped there by the indigenous people, I'm pretty sure. So they're hanging out in the cave. It's Peter and Wendy, right? And they're like, all right, we're hanging out here safe and sound. Except the indigenous tribe is like, psych, we're feeding you to a crocodile. But it's okay because Wendy secretly has a locket that has like magical, like dune level space dust in there. So they put it on themselves and then they literally can fly. So they fly out and the crocodile's all sad. Okay. Turns out Wendy's dad is part of like a secret society called the Starcatchers. All right. Where like when star stuff falls to the earth, they pick it up and then they get rid of it, basically. So that's what is in the chest, okay? And the chest ended up finding its way into like a lagoon, like that, and then it turned the fish into mermaids. So it's got like mutagenic properties, basically. And Peter's there, by the way, just soaking it up, just hanging out. He's like, oh, this is fine. This is just a cool place to be. Nothing is going to be plot relevant about this. Anyway, the pirates are back. And there's Captain Hook, basically. I don't think he has his hook hand right now, but he's like the main bad guy, right? He's like, I want the treasure. I want the star stuff because it seems pretty good, so I'm gonna go get it, right? And then there's Wendy's dad and Captain Hook they start brawling basically over it, and everyone's getting involved. They're all fighting and everything. But who comes in to save the day? It's Peter. He like flew in there because he can fly now, which is pretty cool. So he saves the day or whatever. Spoiler. And then Wendy's dad is like, oh, by the way, you have to stay here forever, right? Because of the star stuff, for some reason you could handle it, which is not what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to like die if you have too much. So now you're like immortal, kind of, and you can fly forever. Don't know how that happened, Lamau, but you're stuck here, okay? And so Wendy and Wendy's dad go back on the boat to London. Or whatever, and it leaves Peter on the island with the star stuff in a box in the lagoon, and it's sort of the water supply of the entire island, basically. So sort of everybody is getting microdosed with this like dune dust. So now everyone who drinks the water doesn't age, I'm pretty sure, and that sort of leads into the second book. But that's the end of the first one, Peter the Starcatchers. Pretty good. The second book is really cool. If you want to make a video on that, leave a like and subscribe. That'd be appreciated. Have a good one. Hope you liked it. Bye.